Have you ever had a test that you really needed to prepare for, but you just didn't know how? Well, that was me for most of middle school into my freshman year of high school. There's nothing worse than that feeling. It feels like you've already failed before you've even taken the test. Well, when I learned how to properly study, my entire experience with test taking and even school in general changed. If you're like me, I hope that this video pushes you to learn how to properly study because I wish I had learned how to study earlier because it helps me feel more accomplished and confident in school. After I learned how to study, my harder classes like AP or honors classes didn't feel as difficult. For a long time, I would sit in class and listen to the teachers talk, and the information would make sense at the time, but it felt like the second I walked out the door, it would all leave my brain. I didn't know how to write the information down in a way that would make it stick in my brain. Then I found a really good way of taking notes that made sense to me, and all of a sudden, it felt like the information was actually internalizing. I began to excel and my grades began to get higher, and I became more accomplished in school because I understood the information and I had really nice complete notes that I could use to prepare for tests with. If I had known this method of studying earlier on, middle school definitely wouldn't have been as stressful for me, and I would have felt a lot more comfortable with all the information. Learning how to study also made me feel a lot more confident. The same tests didn't scare me as much, and I felt much more prepared coming into them. I also felt like I was on par with my classmates in those classes. It really sucks when you feel like you're not as intelligent as the other kids in the class, and for a long time that was me. But when I learned how to study, I realized that I wasn't less smart than the kids in class. I just didn't know how to properly utilize the information that I had. When my test scores and grades began to go up, I felt so much more confident and comfortable in school, which meant that school was no longer a daunting place to go. It was somewhere I was relaxed and even comfortable. And in a way, it also helped me get hope for my future self because I felt like if I could put in the work studying, I could also put in the work during college or even in future endeavors with my career. If you are in the same boat I was 3 years ago, I'm sorry, I know how it feels. And I know it seems daunting right now, but my advice is to go somewhere alone, to put aside your friends and family, and really focus. Try out different methods of studying, whether that be note-taking, note cards, or anything else that you find on the internet. I promise you, once you know how to study, school will become a lot easier, and it's really worth it. Good luck studying, and thank you for listening.